Good morning, Minecraft. How's everybody doing today? Pretty good here in the wolf den. Been doing some work, a lot of work here. Was finally able to tame a new wolf, or a second wolf, so that was pretty cool. Chopped down a couple trees. And if you haven't noticed, there's some windows here in the side of the cliff. The windows are where there are layers of my monster trap that I was working on. And there's some monsters. Apparently I didn't light everything up as well as I could have or should have. But I finally finished all the digging and got it working. So let's head down and take a look at it. Oh, there's a skeleton in the trap. Yeah, that's one of the problems. Come here, you. But I had it working. So this is what it looks like from underneath. This is the collection area. I've got I've got a minecart for a clock, which is supposed to reduce the lag greatly. If I used a redstone clock, a lot of the pistons, or too many of the pistons, are firing at the same time. And there's an Enderman. Apparently, a 25 block fall is not enough to kill an Enderman. But it kills just about everything else. I do get shot a lot down here. Apparently skeletons can shoot at you while they're falling. And if you haven't noticed, an arrow will stop the minecart. So it is working, but there are a few issues with it. Did I bring any food? No. Oh, yes, I did. There's some melon. Go on. Okay, so I'm going to stand here as relatively close to the center, and hopefully if skeletons shoot at me, oh, there's another Enderman. A couple of Endermen. Look at that. Just got into the... Oh, that is just weird. An Enderman riding a minecart with his head stuck in a block. Alright. So as you guys can see, there's a few issues. So there's a few problems I need to work out with the initial design here. The minecart clock serves two purposes. It reduces the lag from having all the I think there's about 10 layers. So if I had every other layer firing at the same time, it causes a great deal of lag. But if I use the minecart to send a signal up the vertical wiring, so if I use the minecart to send a signal up this vertical wiring to these pistons. They only fire pretty much one at a time. We'll take a look at this to watch it. As you can see, they only fire pretty much one at a time. So that reduces the amount of lag that I'm getting by a lot. The other method that I was using, redstone and repeaters, was causing way too much lag. When I had 2 or 3 layers going at the same time, or even on a delay, I got to the point where I couldn't even move. So this method is working a lot more effectively. It could be just that the vertical wiring is slowing it down enough, or it could be that the fence gates that I had were also causing lag. I'm not sure which, but this system seems to be working a lot more effectively. Some of the issues, some of the bugs, or not bugs, but some of the problems that are causing is, of course, monsters falling on the track, monsters causing the cart to stop, skeletons being able to shoot at me. Another issue is that if an arrow lands or gets stuck anywhere on this track, the minecart stops. Even if the arrow is stuck like right here in the side of this block, the cart just stops. It doesn't have to be stuck on the track or in the wall. It will stop the track, which is really annoying. Another issue is that spiders are able to spawn on the pads, but they don't fall through the pads. Everything else falls through, but spiders do not. I think it's because they have a larger surface area. I have been seeing spiders gathering up there on the pads. I can see their little legs sticking through, and they just don't fall. There's one up there already. So I need to make spider-proof pads. Probably put a half slab every 4 blocks or something like that. That will reduce my spawning area quite a bit, actually, but we'll make it spider-free. I was hoping that spiders would fall through, but they don't. And finally, the last issue, or not necessarily problem with this, is that you can't just stand here AFK away from your keyboard. You can't go away for an hour and let it run, simply because stuff falls all the way around, and if you're not walking over and picking it up, you won't collect it. All of these issues have solutions. Like I was saying, the spider, you could, or I'm going to need to, I think there's some spiders, clearly make them out up there, but I don't know if they're going to show up on YouTube. Might be a little too dark. Let me try raising the brightness all the way up, and we'll see if you guys can see those spiders up there. There's a couple of creepy crawlies up there. So the spider is solvable, but reduces the spawning area. I could possibly add another pad to make up for it. I don't know. There's still I still have some room between the upper pad and the ceiling of the world. I think the first pad is around 110, So I still have, I believe, each level is 4 blocks. So I could I don't know what the word is, but I could feasibly put in 3 more pads up there. And I think my cart has stopped. Yep, there's an arrow stuck in the side of the block. Preventing enemies from stopping the cart would be to put something around it, around the outside of it, but it's going to have to go all the way up to the top. Otherwise, they're going to land in it, get caught in the area. So if I ring this whole thing with cobblestone, it'll create more of a funneled area, as well as block enemies from disturbing the cart. Oop. Give it a little push there. And finally, AFK and possibility of killing Enderman. I don't know if it will, but if I put water streams along the outside and funnel it towards the center, I could possibly have the water bring all the loot to me to a central location. So those are just a couple of quick fixes that I could work on. But that's for a later day. Much later. So, this is my mob trap based off of the sieve based off of the sieve design that I saw on Doc M's channel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put links in the video or in the description for the tutorials that I followed to build this machine. It was never intended for an XP farm. It is simply for gathering loot and gathering mob loot, specifically arrows, bone meal, and gunpowder. And so far I've been running it for about an hour, and this is what I've collected so far. I don't need any of the rotten flesh. I have been getting a few ender pearls, but I actually have to go in and kill the enderman to get them. So I hope you guys like my design. It's hopefully going to help me progress with my city faster, especially having TNT and bone meal. I can farm a lot quicker, and with TNT I can build a lot. Or digging this out took me 3 days. That was including enchanted picks and equipment. It took me a long time to dig this out. If I had the TNT to begin with, it'd have been done in a day or less. That is the whole purpose behind this mob trap, is simply to gather loot. So I hope you guys like my design. This is One Wolf saying have a good day.